they like me. I don't know if it's just me, but looking at this and what's riddled all of my DMs and mentions for the last 30 or so hours ever since I dropped my video for chapter 167, I think the normal people of Twitter are pretty excited about my presence online. That's the impression I get. I mean, ever since this chapter, there's been a lot of, let's just say, normal takes and a lot of normal interactions between people. We even have stuff like this to where, like, you have cosplayers that cosplay a character like Yoru or Asa or Makima. They come to find out when they either read the series finally or they just find out about the chapter thanks to it trending that they're like, wait, I'm never going to cosplay this character again because absolutely gross and disgusting. And I'm just like, clearly you don't read the series that you're clearly cosplaying a character from, because if you did any basic level of research, you don't even need to read the series, you would know what the character is about. It shows that a lot of people nowadays that dive into these type of stories or talk about these stories are diving into trends because they either see it on TikTok, they see it on YouTube Shorts, or they just see their favorite Twitter account or whatever Instagram account talking about the series, and they get all their information from that, and they know next to nothing else about the series. That's basically what we have on full display here. Thankfully, Sly kind of brought a little bit of my faith in humanity back, seeing this cosplayer that cosplayed Yoru, and then straight up said yesterday, I never regret to cosplay any character. I absolutely love this. Great take. Honestly, I'm going to have to send this individual a follow just because I love seeing that there actually is sane people, jokes aside, on Twitter. But let's dive headfirst into all of this. So first off, let's get into this before I get into addressing this. That's obviously going to be the thumbnail of the video and probably associated with the title. So one thing that this definitely shows me that I actively saw, because you look at these likes here, 33,000 likes. There's probably a lot more after this tweet and all that. And obviously this is an old tweet as well that came back. And, you know, someone found out about Makima. It's very clear that cosplayers in general, a lot of people, not just this person in particular, probably go out of their way to cosplay certain characters, maybe from Chainsaw Man, JJK, Demon Slayer, whatever, and they have next to no idea what the series is about because they just hear people talking about it. They want to gather some Twitter online clout or anything they possibly can to be popular, knowing next to nothing what they're cosplaying as. And then when they find out, they get very upset because they want a virtue signal, like, oh, I shouldn't cosplay this. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold the phone. If you're getting like this, does that mean that people shouldn't cosplay like Joker? People shouldn't cosplay Venom? Punisher shouldn't cosplay any villainous character, so to speak, ever existing. People cosplay Dio. Like, you're telling me if we're reacting like this to Asa/Yoru, this cosplay, you're telling me that you should react the same way, the same energy, so to speak, to people that cosplay like Joker. He's literally like the Prince of Darkness / like Prince of Anarchy, so to speak. It's just like, huh? But pushing that aside for now, though, the point of the matter is that this definitely showed what type of community that Chainsaw Man has definitely generated as of late. A lot of people, I think, that are actively talking about the series are those that don't even read the series. They don't. Or they're anime onlys. That's it. And they know the series is popular, so they want to feel a part of the conversation. Because a lot of people do that nowadays. They talk about stuff because they want to be a part of a conversation that they know next to nothing about. But, anyways, with that being said, let's get into this. So, this is some wild stuff, honestly, and there's a lot to unpackage here, and if you want to read everything here, by all means, pause the video and read this for yourself. I'm definitely not censoring this because I'm going to be honest. It's just like, you absolutely are disgusting for doing stuff like this. The people that did this should be ashamed, honestly. Going this far over a fictional chapter, a fictional series, not just chapter, fictional series, and being so upset to try to protect this fictional series and fictional character to literally wish death on a real-life person is just like, pardon my language, so ass backwards, I don't even know where to begin. Like, it's like the famous saying I say. People treat fictional characters better than they do real-life people. Clearly the case. If I wasn't in a good mental state now, having a girlfriend of the last 7 months, maybe this might have affected me. But right now, I'm just farming it. I want to be blunt. I'm not going to apologize for what I said in yesterday's video. I don't care if people want to dislike me for that or not. I'm not going to apologize. It's a fictional series, not real. And I was being cringy. Yeah, I'll agree to that. Oh yeah, I was being cringy. That's fun. That's funny. It's really funny. But I'm not apologizing for what I said. Anyways, let's get into this ordeal and why people even started this in the first place. So this all began on chapter 167 of Chainsaw Man, the infamous chapter that came out yesterday that was trending worldwide, and a lot of people were talking about. Even if you wanted to avoid it, you just could not get the conversation off your screen. Like, everybody was talking about it. And the thing is that the reason why is because you had those that were very happy with the chapter, because obviously it's just like finally some progress is going on, negative or positive, doesn't matter. There is story progress and, you know, character progress going on here. But secondly, you know, you have those that are just calling this stuff gooner bait, like it's just straight up gooner material, and Fujimoto is a gooner, that's it. And then people saying that Fujimoto's pin should be taken away, you shouldn't write this isn't my Chainsaw Man. You have those that are delusional and thinking that Chainsaw Man should go back to its slice of life roots from part 1, when anyone that's actually read the series knows that Chainsaw Man is not a slice of life story. I don't know what series they're reading, but definitely never been a slice of life story. There's slice of life moments, but never been the main focus. I'm just going to be blunt here. So, yeah, we got stuff like that. And then you have those that obviously will label anyone trying to read the series as, let's say, an evil person, or those that tried to defend this chapter in any way, or if they enjoyed the chapter, etc., that they're awful, and potentially they need to die. You know, what I received. Now, why am I getting this? So, yesterday, I made a toast in my video, drinking, compared it to Kaneki and Toka, and I did it as a funny little cringe meme and stuff, because, you know, Denji technically did get what he kind of desired for a very long time. He wanted to have sex. It's just simple as that. That's what he wanted. He wanted that. I mean, he literally, in the last chapter, tried to go to a brothel. It's been in his character basically since the beginning. One of his objectives was to grab Power's chest. There's a lot that's always been associated with this type of material within the story. Positive or negative, it does not matter. It's been in the story for a very long time. And people being absolutely shocked about the content that is on display clearly has not read or watched Chainsaw Man. We have Himeno from part 1 puking in Denji's mouth and literally getting on top of him, which was wild. We have the whole Makima situation. Let's not even get into Rize. So it's just like you always have these characters manipulating and using Denji to some degree. So this isn't the first time there's been some form of activity like this within a story, or at least this story of Chainsaw Man. Throwing in a little bit more deeper into the pile, this is also the same author that did Fire Punch. Anyone that thinks that Fujimoto isn't capable of this has not read Fire Punch. Straight up. It shows. Because Fire Punch, the unhinged nature of that goes way beyond anything we have seen in Chainsaw Man. We need to talk about this situation and why people are upset. They're calling it assault against Denji. And I want to label a few things here. Denji's one goal is to basically be with someone, to have family, to have purpose, to have someone want him. That is what he's always wanted. That has been one of his big objectives that he has silently and verbally mentioned throughout the story. And Asa and Yoru as a character has been one of the main protags of part 2. A big focus. And the big focus of the character is basically trying to discover themselves, what they want, etc., opening up, and even falling in love with Denji. And in this chapter, Yoru takes control, and she straight up grabs Denji, and she gets shocked, like, you know, Denji gets shocked about it, she gets shocked about it, and the reason why Denji says no here, because people love using this as an example of, like, I was praising or glorifying this, Denji says no here. Like, no, you know, and he's like, slow down, I changed my mind. What he's talking about here, if you actually had media literacy, is that he's like, I don't want my freaking family rod chopped off. Like, oh, yeah, go figure. Like, he doesn't want it chopped off because it's a big deal to him. So it's just like, no, reconsider. And so when this page happens, she grabs him and all that. He's in a little bit of a shock and all that. He's not really fighting back. He's just in shock. You have this scene where she remembers kissing Denji, and this means Asa and Yoru remember kissing Denji, and then she's like, wait a minute, we kissed? There's a little bit of a reaction, because Denji's taken a moment to realize that Nayuta's memory wiper is now removed. For instance, Yoru is remembering, and then straight up kisses him. He's in shock. He's still in shock, because, you know, probably in this moment, Denji's probably thinking of his first kiss. He's probably thinking of Himeno, you know, when she puked in his mouth. That's probably what he's imagining, or maybe Makima as well. He's probably imagining that. And then, as it continues on, she kisses him. She obviously grabs him down there. Obviously, it gets very sloppy and messy here with the kissing. And then as the sequence continues, you see Denji still in shock. He's finally coming to realization what's going on. He kisses her back. He literally puts his tongue in her mouth and starts kissing her, pushing her down a little bit forward because he's putting full head on. And then they're like kissing passionately. And as it happens, Denji has a little Ahigo face. And then you have this scene to where the paneling showcases like Asa coming into frame. The scars are missing and she is now in control. So let's get into this one a little bit, okay? Did Denji get assaulted? No, I don't think he did. Especially because he was fully into it, and this has been his objective for a very long time. I do not think he did. On top of that as well, we got to go back to these chapters. Chapter 119. This is the moment to where Yoru kissed Denji, which got removed from Nayuta, if you remember. And in this moment, she kisses him. There is a reaction to where Yoru starts to blush. You can literally see the blush if you pay attention. There's blushing. Denji's blushing too. It's a little bit of a shock. She has more of a shock reaction than Denji. And then as, they're shocked trying to understand what just happened, you see Nayuta enter, and then basically she's like, you're a thief. And then after that, her memories get wiped. This is like 2 chapters prior, like, chapter 117. She realizes she's feeling emotion here. She's like, this feeling must be love. And I can't believe I'd feel any affection for this punk. It's only possible because I share your brain. And then you see Asa get shocked, she's blushing, and then basically she tries to make the iconic Denji spinal cord sword. But basically here is that what this scene provides, and what Fujimoto, the author, provides, is that the emotional state of Asa is affecting Yoru. Yoru's emotions literally are being given by Asa herself because she's a demon, a devil. She should not feel emotion. She doesn't have the concept of human emotion. And so the fact that she feels emotion is because of Asa. So tracking into this scene, this emotion of just anxiety, lust, and intimacy, it's literally Asa's emotions on display, not just Yoru. Yoru has those emotions now, but it's also Asa that is a part of this since they just remembered everything that happened. So Asa was probably into this as well, but she's someone that's very silent, more of a tsundere, and doesn't know how to react to this because she's socially awkward, and so is Denji. So, getting into the whole point, this is 100% not an assault that people are trying to label, and so no, I am not going to apologize for my stance. And even if I wanted to humor the conversation and say I'm wrong, here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's a fictional story. If I'm illiterate and I'm not able to understand, fine. That's how it is. That's life for you. I make a mistake. But I truly don't believe that this is assault by any means. It's not. I don't think so. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I just, absolutely wild stuff. Upset Twitter quite a bit. And, normal people continue to prove just, how tolerant they really are. All I'm going to say. Anyways, be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.